It's that time. Welcome to another episode of Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news and insights from Littlefield Agency.
Brenda, thank you for that wonderful intro.
No, that's not how we start.
That was less aggressive than last week.
First off, to start this week's podcast, I want to apologize for the roof that was in the chair last week. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry I was grumpy. I'm much happier this week, and
You've been happy today.
Yeah,
I think you've been happy this week.
Yeah, it's better. I feel better this week.
And what is today?
Well, today is my wife's 30th birthday.
There we go. Attaboy.
Brandon, insert music here.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, I'll do that too. Yeah. So, hey, happy birthday, honey. I know you're out there having a big...
Happy birthday, Carrie.
Yeah, she's having a big time. We've been celebrating our 50th birthdays, co-birthdays for a month.
Dude, that's awesome.
Since my birthday was on the podcast, her birthday fell on podcast day.
What are the odds? 1 in 7.
Yeah, you sounds like you know him. The birthday party, of course, was epic. We had a great time. We're going to New York in a couple weeks, spend vacation time away. So anyhow, we're having a really nice time at our birthdays here.
Happy birthday, Carrie Roop. I hope there's is she having a cocktail right now or later?
Later she will be. Yeah, and we're going to the Italian place that's on Cherry Street.
Cosimo.
That's it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we like that place.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, that's wonderful. Roop, we have a quote-unquote intern here this week.
Yeah.
For 4 days.
There's no quotes. It's a real intern.
It's a real intern.
Yeah.
For 4 days.
4 days.
Quick intern.
Yeah. From Kip.
Kip Tulsa, which is so cool. Michelle reached out, and they're doing a kind of an end of semester. She's a senior. 4-day internship, and arranged this with Rocco. And it's nice to have her up here.
Yeah, she's been
tagging around, her familiar face. Yeah,
different things. Yeah,
she said she's loving it, which I think is, and she gets to see some fun things. That's awesome. We had a big Wednesday today. By the way, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. We obviously normally do these at 9 a.m.
So you probably won't hear this till Thursday.
We kicked off at 8:15 this morning with an AI adoption meeting, our first ever, and how we really embrace and continue using AI as an integral part of our role here at the agency and for the agency and for our clients. We kick off with that, and then Sean Hubbard from Ditch Witch made an appearance, and we had our quarterly analytics meeting that went really well. Some HubSpot stuff too.
Yep.
And now we've got Shan, Scott, and Kevin in the main presentation room. They're having kind of a powwow this afternoon, and so it's a Ditch Witch Orange Wednesday.
Very Ditch Witch.
And I love it.
Yeah.
It's really fun having them in-house. So guys, shout out to you. Thanks for being here, for making the trip over. And it's just always nice to see some friendly faces, after 20 years of partnering with them.
Yeah, and they were both two different groups here for different reasons.
Yeah, look at my shirt.
Yeah, and you're wearing your Ditch Witch shirt today.
This was not planned.
Wink. Brandon, insert fanfare music here. Pause. I got to explain the Brandon stuff real quick. Can I do that?
Yeah, please. Okay. That's a good point.
We had our AI meeting this morning, and this is morphed a little bit. It used to be a digital trends meeting. There's still a little bit of that, but we realized really digital trends these days is artificial intelligence. Things happening with ChatGPT.
A lot going on.
And AI, it's at a rapid pace. We talk about it on a podcast all the time. And this morning we moved that meeting to be more AI focused. And so the idea is that different Littlefielders will come on. They'll get up and come to work. And the first thing right out of the gate in the morning, we all get together and we share once a month how we're using AI. And today, Chris Kaiser used his usual magic and showed us some stuff. Cool. But the guy I was most impressed with was our own producer over here, Brandon Bergen. And I knew this from last week when he did last week's podcast, and he'll use it again this week. He's using AI technology to edit the podcast. It's bananas.
He did it live this morning, and it is bananas.
What used to take him probably an hour of slapping together our dumb faces and voices into something remotely coherent now is an AI button that does the kind of switches for him, and he still does some work in here. Like there's still, believe me, work.
No doubt.
But
human touch.
The human touch, yes. But like he's going through and making what's part of a kind of routine, time-consuming, machine-heavy sometimes thing happen a lot faster, and it puts him in a position where he's able to spend more time on the fun stuff.
Voice levels, camera angles,
edits, cuts, all of it.
Really nice, Brandon.
One of the things he mentioned that he also gets is when he runs it through this tool is it takes our vocal file and creates a transcript of it. And so when I have to say his name and a sound effect, what he does as part of his editing process, he goes and types in the transcript Brandon, And he goes to look to see what I said, right? So if I say, Brandon, put in fanfare music here, he's going to find that. Don't put it here, though, Brandon. Oh, maybe you do. The other note, though,
Are you blushing right now?
yeah, a little bit. The other note he gave me was, he said, give me the vocal cue and then pause, because he needs some time to drop it in there. So that's why
Making mental notes on what's coming up.
it's going to take a while. So that's why I'll do, Brandon, put, music here, pause. This guy got to get used to it.
You're already doing an exceptional job.
That's because he reminded me right before we started.
Brandon, what's the code word, or what happens when you know it's going to happen that I won't do that? Okay.
He's not going to answer.
That's it. It's the look, the death look.
That was the move.
So, on that note, I would like to introduce topic 1.
There it is.
How is that, Brandon?
Okay. Good.
Okay, I'll forget next week. Topic number 1. BeReal adds new elements as it struggles to maintain user interest. We talked about this last week. Did we talk about it on the podcast?
No, we said I think we were going to.
Yeah, and it was teased in the hustle, and then we kind of looked into it. BeReal was very much let's call it a shiny object last year, and it was growing with daily active users.
I still have friends that use it every day. I get the notification.
And I remember we'd be in meetings last year. Oh my gosh, it's my BeReal. Stop.
Yeah.
Roop, you get here, you do this.
Yeah.
I'm in quite a few.
You're in
BeReals
several of mine, yeah.
So here's the thing. Once this was very much a focus, they are now at 73 million monthly active users, or that was August of last year, excuse me. The BeReal trend kind of sparked some copycat features on TikTok, Instagram, others, and now they are testing out these new functionalities like Spotify integration, multiple photos, to expand its offering, really trying to lure those daily active users to continue using.
Yeah.
But mostly, and I love how this is phrased, it feels like the ship has sailed and it's swimming frantically to catch up.
Yep, and I kind of hate it for it because it was an original idea.
It was a great...
It's still a good idea. It's just, and like I said, I have people that are still using it. I before I walked in here, got alerts about it. So I still get the alerts. I'll say I see the alerts. My participation in it, though, has also waned.
Absolutely. And where's my participation continued? Freaking TikTok.
And Instagram.
Instagram, yeah, absolutely. And I just think, I don't know if, we're of different ages, but I still very much scour Instagram.
Yeah, and TikTok was one of the ones, one of the bigger platforms that kind of ripped off the BeReal concept, that idea that you're going to be notified once a day, take a photo or video, participate in kind of a group deal where once everybody's participated, you can see everybody else's photos. They have the exact setup, and they're obviously more popular than BeReal. So I don't know if BeReal ever had a chance to sell, but I bet they wish they would have if they did.
I bet at some point they might have had a small, maybe not the $1 billion opportunity. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, that's a lot of monthly active users.
Yeah.
And I forget what it's down to. It's like 15 now. Was it 73 in August? It's lower.
It's really, really low.
And you still think 15 million people, that's a lot of people. But
yep.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what it means. Like, and I think about the next. I think about, you remember Meerkat? That was kind of a thing for a while. Yeah. And Tara and I got into that. And
I think the other thing that kind of got BeReal was, by nature of what it is, there was no ad opportunities on it. So they weren't really generating yet any kind of serious revenue. It was just kind of a pure social channel. And you have to have some built-in...
Unsocial social.
And I think you have to have some better... ability to sell inventory on your network. 75 million is not a ton, but it's interesting, yep. Right? They just never quite got there. But I think they were one of the first of what's about to be several attempts at a sea change in social media as a landscape. So BeReal was new. They spurred some different stuff here and there, like with TikTok, like we talked about. Topic number 2, Brandon. There it is.
Nice.
It will segue into that, is about Meta's Twitter alternative, which is called Barcelona. They're pulling together. So as Twitter's kind of starting to stumble, there's also people coming out of the woodworks to fill that gap. And whether or not they succeed will be very, you'd probably look at the BeReal story we just said and said, no, they probably won't. But it's Meta. All right. Well, that's a pretty big one. I don't think people think of them as a replacement for Twitter. They're Instagram and Facebook and VR. But they've got one called Barcelona they're working on, apparently, and they've been working on it for a while. And it's about to go into beta, or maybe it's in beta now. The one that is in beta that I just signed up for last week is Jack Dorsey's Blue Sky. Jack Dorsey, infamously the founder of Twitter, who's no longer involved there at all, has basically rebuilt Twitter. I mean, it's very, 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 very similar. It looks very similar. And it's called Blue Sky. You can go download the app now on your favorite app store and sign up for the beta.
Do you know why Blue Sky? Is there a story behind that?
So Blue Sky in creative terms means you just kind of would mean work you're doing. Yeah, work you're just doing. It's not specific for a client necessarily. Maybe it is. It's not specific for a project or an assignment. Maybe it is. Probably not. It's an idea you have, and so it's the idea that the sky's the limit, blue sky. It's kind of how I always phrased it. So I'm going to guess it's along the lines of the sky's the limit, or there's no limit.
That's where I was tracking.
That's what I think, but Jack Dorsey hasn't, to my knowledge, hasn't told us that yet.
Well, and you got to think from Jack's perspective, like Twitter was his baby. That was he, and boy, holy cow, he made a heck of a living off of it. But you do think, is he pissed? Is he upset? Is he, that was his empire, and it's totally changed, especially within the last year. And is this a quick splash back into it of trying to get people like what the original intent of Twitter? I don't know. I
don't either.
He's a billionaire, and he's got time and money, and he can do this, and he's got the ability and obviously the talent to do it. But
well, where you see like BeReal doing something completely new and failing as making that the new thing, these other two are more interesting because you have the founder of Twitter trying to rebuild Twitter, and you have Facebook trying to rebuild Twitter. One of them will probably succeed in some way or another.
Yeah.
And so I just think this is, in a year or so, will we be talking about Barcelona and Blue Sky in a more reverent way, right? Like, and is Twitter the one that stumbles? Do they hang around at some level as well? It feels weird to have two Twitters out there, like Blue Sky and Twitter. That feels weird. Oh, you know what else it could be? The Twitter bird flies in the blue sky. Maybe it's some sort of, maybe there's some relationship there.
I like that.
Maybe there is. We'll find out.
Down there.
We should have done research before this podcast is what we should have done.
We've had a busy day.
Yeah, we have had a busy day. But anyhow, those are out there. And, look, I think unlike BeReal, Blue Sky and definitely Facebook and Meta are more ad friendly. So like as soon as they can gather the audiences, there'll be some opportunities there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And in particular, if it's Meta and Facebook, that could be pretty instant. I mean, they're the ad network.
It's the truth. And does Amazon make a splash and try to do something? Who knows?
Yeah.
But this is why we do this podcast.
Yeah.
This is why we're always looking out.
New stuff. We didn't talk a ton of AI other than Brandon's adventures this week.
Yeah, no, which is good. And I like the BeReal nod. I like everything that's going on, and just in the sense of exploring Twitter, Barcelona.
I pumped BeReal so hard on this podcast last year. I felt like I owed it a burial.
And you...
It needed a funeral service. I think this was it.
So most of our listeners know the Littlefields are on baby watch. It's important for you. You got to carry on the podcast.
I just realized I'm gonna have to get guests in here.
Yeah. So
oh my God, are we gonna have to have Chelsea back?
We're I think so. And she just celebrated her 7th working anniversary, so maybe it's a tribute to her for 7 dedicated years to the agency.
She would love that more than I'm comfortable with.
She would.
Yeah, she would.
Well, we're due the 15th. We have surgery scheduled. Tara's very convinced that our baby is coming next week, so I think we just need to be prepared.
So this could be your last podcast for a while.
For a week or two.
I gotta go.
I'm taking the week of May 15th off to be with Tara, because she's obviously going through a C-section and she needs help.
Yeah, new moms need help.
And I took one day with Matthew, and I regret that. That was a mistake.
Oh, Matt.
I know,
little Matt.
The little guy.
There won't be a podcast 15th. So I'm in New York. We're just realizing this live in real time.
PSA. No. So I guess we'll do 51 podcasts this year.
Yeah,
that's what we did last year. That's pretty solid. Yeah, we did 51. Maybe 2023 we go 52.
Okay.
Be nice.
Set a goal.
Yeah.
People stop having babies and vacations. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, what the heck? Okay, awesome. Brandon, did we miss anything? We're good. We got the thumbs up from our producer. Thank you, as always, for everything.
Yeah.
Thank you
incredible.
for discovering these AI edits. And Brenda.
Sign us off, Brenda.
Sign us off. Take it away. We'll see you.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've enjoyed our little chat and heard something to help grow your own marketing strategies. Remember to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts.